Greetings, everybody. It is Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Stay a while and listen to the formation of the Orc clans. Heck yeah, we're finally hitting the big other side of the conflict that makes up War of Warcraft at its core, just the Warcraft universe. We left off with the Gorean Empire, where we talked about how the Apexes led the ogres to revise and revolt and take over their Goron masters. But whoops, they created an even bigger problem by teaching them magic and creating these two-headed ogre mages. They started making empires all over. Now luckily they weren't very ambitious or expansionistic. They just, by nature, by virtue of taking out the Gron and Ogron, they created these spaces for their clans. So meanwhile, let's find out what's happening with the orcs 800 years before the Dark Portal. We know that they've been kind of living in underground settlements in Grond. So here we go. The Ogre Revolt dramatically altered the hierarchy of survival throughout Draenor. In breaking the power of the Ogron and the Gron, the Gorean Empire eliminated the two greatest threats to Gorgron's orcs. No longer confined to their underground caverns, they forged permanent settlements on the world's surface for the first time in generations. The population of orcs exploded. Before long, overcrowding became a serious issue, and Gorgron's scant wildlife was hunted to the brink of extinction. Tensions between families simmered, but before they boiled over into a catastrophic war, many of the orcs migrated out of the region. They did not need a comfortable existence. Their harsh life underground had made them resilient and strong, but they needed a new land to settle. The orcs who remained in Gorgrond gradually formed several distinct clans: Blackrock, Laughing Skull, Lightning's Blade, and Dragon Maw. I feel like almost all of those, if not all of them, are still clans in existence now. The Blackrock clan lorded over much of Gorgrond. They remained in their ancestral caves, studying the earth around them, developing their knowledge of metallurgy and smithing. The unique Blackrock orcs scattered, that's why they're called Blackrock orcs, or scattered throughout the area was difficult to mine and use, but once they learned its secrets, the orcs were able to create astonishing tools and weapons. Blackrock blades were soon coveted for their reliability and durability. And I think if you look at Warlords of Draenor, they also have like war machines and stuff they start to develop. The orcs who migrated east, if you think about where that would take us, I guess that would take us into what would be the nether, whatever that area is up there. Oh, Tanaan. Found themselves drawn to Tanaan's lush jungles. The region was filled with primals, and the orcs discovered that their new home was tremendously perilous. Though there was no shortage of wild game, poisonous plants and venomous animals thrived in the jungle. One mistake could lead to a slow, agonizing death. It became commonplace to hear forbidding tales about mighty orcs who were paralyzed by a single snake bite and then dragged away into the wilds by unseen creatures. Moreover, there were dark caves and hollows that seemed to vibrate with sinister power. Sometimes the orcs who tapped into the shadowy essence found glory. Sometimes they found madness. And I think you can kind of play around with all that in the Tanaan jungle. Tanaan's orc population adopted a savage, superstitious mindset. Those who kept their sanity called themselves the Bleeding Hollow clan. Okay, and I think they're known as being, a little bit more on the rough side of the orcs, like a little bit more rough, savage, evil. Those who truly lost themselves to the dark impulses of the wilds were exiled. Over time, they formed another smaller clan, the Bone Chewers, so named for their willingness to resort to cannibalism in times of hardship. The two clans were never allies, but rarely were they at war. The jungle was a dangerous enough enemy for them both. Okay, so you have Bleeding Hollow, which are now the jungle orcs, more savage, and then even a subset of them, the Bone Chewers. So they're like the guys you might call if you were desperate, but they are unreliable. Cannibal. The orcs who settled west of Gorgrond settled in the bleak and icy region of Frostfire Ridge, named for its brutal winters and volcanic activity. They might be the horde that we are most familiar with. Some of these orcs believed they should adapt to the environment. Two clans, the Frostwolves and the White Claws, learned to hunt alongside the region's native wolves, even befriending and training them as companions. Other orcs sought to dominate the land. The Thunderlord clan roamed the frozen wastes in huge packs, often hunting the fearsome Grön. A single kill could sustain them for weeks, but when a hunt failed, the orcs would suffer great hardship. The Thunderlord clan doesn't... It's not as familiar to me. Nor the White Claws. But my mom loves a White Claw. But the Frost Wolves, they're obviously like one of the main clans. I'm pretty sure some of the Horde leadership we're going to read about comes out of Frostwolf clan. The orcs who ventured south found the rich, fertile land of Talador. 3 clans settled in the region's mountains and plains: the Burning Blade, the Red Walkers, and the Blade Winds. Again, Burning Blade are the ones that still exist. I feel like they get into the Warlock side of things, but the Red Walkers and the Blade Wings, I don't know about them. A 4th clan migrated even farther southwest, deep into Nagrand's open prairies. It was known as the Warsong clan, and its orcs roamed the grasslands like nomads, rarely staying in the same place for more than a few months. That's another one of our main clans. The Warsongs had to constantly fight against the Gorian Empire's ogres to maintain their presence in Nagrand. Some generations of Warsongs thrived more than others. The clan had a taste for battle, but when its warriors provoked the ogres too much, the consequences sometimes proved disastrous. To the southeast, another clan formed in Shadowmoon Valley. These orcs dwelt far from major Gorian settlements, allowing them to live in relative peace. The Shadowmoon clan became fascinated with the starry sky, and they believed they could glean the future from stellar movements. The region's orcs were a deeply mystical people, and they developed traditions and rituals centered around astrology and ancestor worship. That is awesome, and it's dense, rich, a lot of stuff. So the Dragon Maul clan, which is one of our, one of our Gorgon clans? Yes, that's one of the 4. Blackrock, Laughing Skull, Lightning's Blade, and Dragon Maul. That's one of the 4 that stayed. In the Orcish tongue, the Dragon Maul clan is called Nelgor Shomash, or Cry of the Beasts. The clan earned its name after learning to tame the fierce Rylax, winged creatures that hunted on the outskirts of Gorgrond. The Dragon Maul fondly referred to them as Nelgor, or loyal beasts. When the clan later encountered dragons in the world of Azeroth, it would apply this term to those creatures as well. All orcs would eventually refer to dragons as Nelgor. The name of the Dragon Maul clan never changed, but its meaning surely did. So, Dragon Maul, in this sense, actually means like Rylak Maw. And it is once they get to Azeroth that it becomes even more intense. And I wonder if they're the ones that tame the dragons, because they tamed Rylax. So that's interesting. We know that's in their future too. And one of my favorite things, when they give us the maps, I love it. So this is what the Orcish territory is. We're not going to break it down as much, but so none come over here and settle in either Ashran or Farallon. There's no island traveling going on. So this is where we started, in Gorgrond. And the white, actually, this is Gorgrond right here. So we have the Blackrock clan, the Lightning's Blade clan, the Laughing Skull clan, elevated from north to south. When we get over into the Frostfire area, we have the White Claw clan, the Frostwolf clan in Bladespire Hold, I'm guessing is like capital for Frostwolves, and the Thunderlord clan that are roaming and taming. Dragon Maul clan is part of this original squad and going to the south, getting these Rylax. Okay, so nothing happens here in the Zangar Sea. These are the jungle ones that moved out, with the Bleeding Hollow clan, the main one, and then their little cannibalistic Bone Chewer clan. Okay, more southeast, in the nice Shadowmoon Forest, or whatever that area is, the Shadowmoon clan. Sounds like they're the Mystics, possibly the ones that are going to get into arcane magic, and definitely Warlock. Down here in what used to be the Spires of Arak, there's a town established called Skyreach, or I wonder what that is, or if that's the Arakoa capital. I think it is. Okay, and then we have the Talador here in the middle with the Red Walkers, the Burning Blade clan, and The Bladewind clan? Okay, so Goria and Heimal, these are major ogre capitals. And I think Bladespire Hold is another major ogre capital. So Frostwolf has to fight them, and these people, including Warsong clan, have to fight off. Here's the Throne of the Elements, sort of like the elemental capital where the Furies are. So they're going to be in the most lush land, pinched between the ogre clans, but also they're going to get able to tap the elemental powers because this is a very sacred place to them, and where shamanism comes from in Orcish culture. The Arakoa still rule here. Notice there's no clans down there for the orcs. And yeah, up here they're also fighting them. Okay, cool. Another episode in Pipes 5x5. We've got the clans spread out, so many they can barely fit on the map. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you, as always, for listening.